Hello, everybody. Uh, did you miss us? I missed you a little bit. It's only half a lie because I was on vacation. Um, but I am back. I am excited to be jumping back into tonight's episode of Zero G Games, which is an evening soiree. We're gonna have our mid tournament formals, intrigue, gossip, and otherwise talk before we move on to those final two contests, the um, which will eventually be the big grand debate and the actual zero G course. I'm gonna have all my players introduce themselves, remind you of who they are and who they play, starting off with Serenity.
Hello, I'm Serenity. You can find me all over the internet as Click Lack Snack. Tonight I will be playing Bo. A problem.
Not a problem for me. Um,
Good.
Elliot, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Elliot. I play Arkesh, who is the very stressed out and overworked nobleman from Hedgemon. And you can find me online at Elliot Tabletop.
And Allegro.
Hello, I'm Allegro. Annie, you can find me at Alluring Allegro on the interwebs. And I am playing Tvora Seni, our resident grumpy doc, personal guard, and former combat medic.
Holly.
Just scrambling for the unmute button. Hi, I'm
Real.
Holly. You can find me on Twitter at RoxasBuddy or HL Black on itch.io. I'm playing Clairvo, the ghost in a robot body who remembers the feeling of a stomach. Um, and I think last time I won real good at chess, basically.
Yeah, I was about to say they were alive once, but you kind of beat me to it.
I like figuring out the weirdest way to put it, and remembering the feeling of a stomach is maybe the best one.
And May, welcome back.
Hi, I'm so glad to be back. My name is May. You can find me on the internet at Maybe Mayhem, and I will be playing the lovely Cypress Greer, a foodie from Tomia who was kind of MIA last time. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about though.
Yeah, probably. I am Max. I play everyone else. I write the game very loosely. And Anita is on tech tonight. Hi, Anita, and thank you. Let's jump in to fill in some of the blanks as to where Cyprus was throughout the last few days of the tournament. There does seem to be some kind of stomach bug or light food poisoning thing going around from something on the buffet. It's not uncommon in any large gathering people. There's always bound to be like one thing that goes wrong. Of course, the organization is doing their best to try to not cover it up, but to just like get everyone treated as quickly as possible to give them care, get them back on their feet. But nobody really bats an eye at someone being away for a few days. Cypress, you've started to pick up on kind of like on some people staying around. And you overhear kind of just like through the wall of the rooms some talk from some of the queen's like closer attendants in Tomia. Um and you kind of hear like, not to do the whole conversation, it becomes like an instruction, or it's like uh and you are to be Okay. Hello, everybody. We had a little bit of an audio issue in tech. We're hoping that it is back. I almost don't want to get into game content and just want to maybe babble a little bit. Uh, all right, awesome. Awesome. All right. So we will bop back to some game content then. Um, so the queen was talking with um with Cypress. And yeah, so she's asked you to deliver these two messages. One of them is to the same place that you brought it to in that royal conference room. Another one is an area of the station that you haven't been to before. There isn't like a ton of stuff on that floor for you. There's like some like workout areas and things up there for the competitors to maintain, but it's just like um one of many areas you just have not been to thus far. Um, and she kind of just leaves you with it. It seems she is frivolous as always, but definitely um, like short, sweet, to the point today. Like she has a lot of things to attend to.
Yeah, I think Cypress is kind of used to that. She's so often feels like inconsequential, sort of like, you know. So I think they are like, okay, well, I have to deliver these things. Why does this feel so sketchy?
Yeah, it certainly
Ugh.
does feel sketchy. It does feel sketchy.
And so once again, if I wanted to like read, hear, understand what's on these, what kind of would I have to roll for that? Or is
Uh,
it just like,
yeah, so what I think I said is that you're not sure if like when you open them, it's likely that they're able to be replayed. Whether someone will know if it's the first time that you've watched it or not, you're unsure because she usually uses like pen and paper messages that you deliver at home.
right, which are so much easier to spy on? Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, you can definitely listen. You can listen to them. They um but
Yeah.
you don't know if there's going to be a consequence later.
I'm gonna listen to one of them and then decide if I want to listen to the second one.
Okay. Are you going to listen to the one that is supposed to go to the conference room or the one that's supposed to go to the area you have not yet been?
The area I have not yet been. That one seems tricky.
Okay. All right. So you
And
open up
she's like
the,
stepping into her room, shutting the door again, and like getting privacy. So that way it's not just standing in the middle of a hallway.
of course. Um, so you kind of like unfold the little thing. The screen comes up with like, a media player. And you hit play on the message. It's just audio on here. It kind of comes out of the device and you can see, like the little dot move across the track like of the timer of the thing. Um uh and it says good afternoon. As of today, um, all of my plans should be in place for our plan moving forward. Um, I've entrusted this message with one of my most reliable attendants to deliver. But if you are not to receive it by the end of the day, I will know if you do receive it. Please give me our agreed upon signal at dinner tonight. Um, I'd like to move forward during the fourth contest after um, the grand dinner and all of that. And I look forward to working forward with you more. And it ends.
Okay, now I have to listen to the other one.
All right.
This is wild. What the heck?
All right. I need to open one more tab. Um, you open up the other one. This one, it is this one has like file attachments to it. So it
Oh,
has like the audio file, and there's like a space PDF, an SPDF.
yes. No, I get it.
Space
Yeah.
PDF, yeah, attached to it as well. Um, you play the message, and it says, um, Duchess Sax. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to correspond, but I have coordinated with the third party, and I've sent out the messages this morning with one of my most. It's kind of like it's like a similar spiel, with one of my most expedient attendants. The plan seems to be moving along, and it is your time to keep up your part of the bargain. So I will be seeking you out today. Wait, are we losing audio? Oh, Um, um, to keep up your part of the bargain. One of my other attendants will be remaining in quarters for Tomia today. Please come find her to deliver the deliverables. Look forward to working with you further. Uh, and the like PDF attachment has basically like a headshot file of like what the person who is faking sick in the other room like looks like, so they know
Mm,
who to speak to, and like
okay.
the room like number like mapped out on the thing.
And the
uh,
Duchess's name was what?
um Saxe, Saxe. This is common knowledge enough. This is the name of Duchess Headmistress Saxe, who is a noble and also the head of one of the like university colleges on Verilily.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I think they're gonna take these and just be like, huh, I guess I'll deliver them. Like, I will, and then it's just sort of making mental notes. Okay, Duchess Sax. Okay, that's really weird. Why is she talking about that? And it's like kind of, and then, act gets together and, goes to deliver these things nonchalantly, kind of like, hanging out. What's up, everybody? Just kind
Yeah.
of chilling.
You're doing this while people are like attending the games today. So it strategically planned sort of distraction rather on the queen's part,
Yeah.
that these parts of the ship will be empty. Everyone's going to be at the main attraction. Um while you are delivering, um this is the kind of thing like I need like a passive perception, but that's not a thing that really exists here. I want to use a tune as that kind of thing
Oh,
to sense what you might not exactly be looking for. So while you're
okay.
delivering, just roll a tune to see if anything catches your sixth sense. Okay.
Don't think I have that.
That's okay. If you have nothing, you roll two and you pick the lower one. We figured that out. That's correct.
Yes, I do remember that from rewatching the episode that I missed. I
I'm here for the
learned that we learned.
story. The book is but a device. When I pitched this game, I didn't even have a system.
Oh, I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Oh, all right. Um, so I think that it is like so integral to you that you're not caught, especially around this like royal conference room that
Mhm.
is you're not supposed to go in there at all. Um, that you're really focused on just making sure that no one is following you, that you're not picking up on uh anything else. um you go into you're not caught though because of that diligence. There is a like message left in the plant when you get there already, from elsewhere. um
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna grab it because I'm just going to assume it's for the queen, and if not, it'll be useful to us as a planet.
Yep.
So,
And you head to the other location, up to a higher deck in the station. It's particularly eerie up here with no one. Um, you can kind of like hear the echo of your steps, the creaking of metal, very, very lightly, as this entire kind of like hunk of a thing, almost, planetary sized station, slowly drifts through empty space as these games happen. And you follow the coordinates very closely, and it brings you, you know how like when you use like Uber, there's like the bubble that's you and like the bubble you're supposed to be in.
yes.
That's like what you're able to use on
Oh,
your own
okay.
like personal device. You can, yeah, you can, because she gave you the directions to get there. So as you get there, it is a vent. It is a vent down on the ground. You crouch down to kind of see what the deal is, and it's only screwed in at the top with a hinge. So the vent is fake. It comes up, and you can put something inside.
Wow, nothing about this is above board. Okay. Yeah, she hides the correspondence, and then I think is going to. She's in this now. It's too late to go back, and it's going to listen to the response message she found in the plant. I mean, they're pretty sure no one is around, right?
Are you're gonna do this there, or you're gonna do it in your room?
Probably the room. Yeah, I think it's like about to go and do it, and then it's like, no, ooh, yeah, no, room, just to be safe. Because it could be someone screaming on this thing.
All right. So, um, uh, yeah, you go back to your room. You have the message back. You open it up. It seems like of like a slightly different origin. The But it works similarly. The object and the message comes through, and uh, I'm not sure you recognize the voice, but it's not the queen. It's not the queen's voice. It's not like one of yours that you left there. It's someone else corresponding to them. Um, and it says, um, "Good morning, Duchess Headmistress. I've worked on my side of things. I'm only yet to approach Princess Quinn of Sonata. I'm to work on that today, and hopefully things will be wrapped up by the mid-afternoon." And that's all. It's really short and sweet.
Okay.
It
Can I like roll to see if I recognize the voice? Like maybe it's one I've heard recently.
Yeah, you can roll like between the voice and like the appearance of the tech to see if you can stitch together who it might be. I think it'll be a study makes the most sense for that. Yeah.
Okay. So if I have no dots in study, I roll two and take the lower one.
Uh yeah, I wish I could give you something else there. But
I know, I
I
was like,
don't
can I angle for survey? But I don't think
I
that
don't know
makes
what you
sense.
what you would be surveying.
Yeah, right. That's totally fair. Oh, I have five.
Okay, nice. Um so I think on a 5, um you don't know this person's name, but you kind of recognize her voice, and the the tech looks a little bit like Hegemon's style. You piece together that this is um the woman kind of in the noble coalition at Hegemon, or someone connected to her closely. It's a woman's voice. Um,
Okay, so it's clear that this is not intended for my queen.
no, this is intended for the Duchess of Vera.
Okay, but
But
I'm already tied up enough in this, and I'm going to bring it to my queen and be like, "This was in the plant. I assume it's a response to, vaguely gestures.
yeah. So you have to go find the queen because she can't
Oh,
be
God damn
absent.
it!
She can't be absent from the game. She's the queen.
Right.
That's why you're doing all of this. But you go out, you know where she'll be.
Hmm.
You go out to find her. You come out just as you see the representative from Tomia um sick dropping out of the first game of yesterday. Um, it's pretty gnarly, but you piece together at least that there really is something in the food that got people. Any good lie has a bit of truth in it.
Yeah.
Um, you find her, and she is a little bit surprised to see you, but also intrigued. She says, Cypress, back so soon. I'm glad you're feeling well.
Oh, yes. There was just and I think is there a way to like sort of slip it? I assume she would have a purse or something.
Well, she has a purse for the dog.
Oh, that's right, the
Um,
dog.
she has a shoulder bag for the dog, and
Mhm.
also you being someone who delivers messages for her, it is incredibly reasonable that you would have some kind of code, or phrase, like signifying that you are giving her a message. Uh,
Yeah, and it would essentially be that, and then it's like, oh, and I just, I needed to move about anyways to, I just getting some movement sometimes helps with digestion. So I'm gonna go back and lay down and see if that helped.
of course, I hope some fresh air does you good. Perhaps I will see you later tonight, dinner.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
and she
Fingers crossed.
she moves to kind of pat the dog, and you can see her hand slip inside the bag, and it's kind of like scratching the dog's side, and beneath the fabric, pick up the message, and she turns to her ladies in waiting. She says, "I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back." And kind of splits, uh, you know, with you as you head out. Um, Later that night, you find a generous tip from Her Majesty has been delivered to you. Um,
Love that for me. I
it
get so many
is,
souvenirs.
yeah, it is a piece of jewelry. It
Ooh.
is probably worth like a month of your like pay uh
Oh,
uh
snap.
for it. It's very Tomia core. It's like one of those like things that you can like twist into your hair, and it has all kinds of like jeweled cogs on it and things.
Oh, love
Yeah,
that. I think they're gonna plan to wear that to the gala
the
and
gala.
like, you know, you got to.
All right. Now, I've made everybody wait long enough through the intrigue. Moving on to today, a day of there will be performances, there will be nonstop champagne, there will be, discussion of games past. Some of the fine athletes who have won the contests will be invited up, to receive special accolades and the announcement of the next games, another grand buffet. All of these things. Actually, you'll probably be served dinner tonight, but it's a big menu. Um, Getting down to it, the burning question of the hour. What are you wearing?
Oh boy.
What are you
You
wearing? I'm taking volunteers.
I've been thinking about this. Not to just jump in, but to jump in. So, Arkesh is of nobility, and I think that uh my siblings and I wear complementary outfits. So we're all wearing um not the same exact outfit, especially not my sister. She's wearing slightly like modified, obviously.
Mhm.
Um, but we're all wearing like dark purple to kind of complement our skin color, which is kind of like a blue, and then an orange kind of like accent piece. And for
Okay.
Arkesh specifically, it's a nice kind of I guess almost a padded tunic, like it's kind of a thicker fabric, which would have been traditional on my planet because it's extremely cold there. With an orange like sash as a belt, basically. Um, and I've done my hair, so my hair is all nice, and um, I'm probably done before my brother, just in case he needs like some extra help or he's like having more stress and needs emotional help.
No, I think that this is the kind of thing that not always the political social, but like the idea of like going to like a big party, that's like the part of being a noble that your brother can totally handle. He definitely had like a frat like party phase when he
Oh,
was like studying. So like his liver is like so ready for today. He
Markesh
most
did not have this frat phase.
Yeah, he mostly just like needs outfit help. So like every like 10 minutes or so he'll come into his room and he'll like hang up like one earring and another earring and make you choose between them and all those little choices until he decides that he is ready to
The left.
Really? You
No,
think
your
the
other
left?
left. Yes, your
This
left.
left. This is
Yes.
my right. This is your left.
Oh, right. No, left.
This left.
Yes, that left.
Are you just picking random? Are you fucking with me?
Of course I'm not. Why would I do that?
And he goes back into his um he goes back into his room. Yes, when you three are ready, you are quite the radiant um trio. Hegemon's been doing its best to claw up the rankings, but you'll make a nice splash, looking nice tonight.
I don't think we make the splash. I think that's like Sonata, actually.
Well, multiple people can, like
I'm so sorry.
when you go to the Met Gala, there are a lot of people that look good, not just one. um. All right, we'll victimize Allegro next. What are you wearing?
God. Okay. So Tavora Doxeni is usually wearing like standard like whites and like dark blues of like the uniform of those who tend to be involved with guarding or surfing. The particular like noble house that like Quinn belongs to. Um, and there's also like usually the like red kind of like scarf that she wears. That's more indicative of like also medic, you know. This time I think they're wearing kind of like a slightly nicer version of their like day-to-day uniform, but over it is this like traditional red kihei, or like kind of like a sash that gets like worn over like over one shoulder and down the torso. I think also like for once their hair is down. I think usually she keeps it up some way just in case, anything could
In
happen.
case you gotta jump in.
Yeah. And this time they have been somehow convinced not to do that. So there's like a lot more hair going on than they're used to. Um, and I'm sure they had nothing to do with how nice it does or doesn't look. Um, but yeah, probably it's probably some like sort of like nice like jewelry as well, but um nothing that would possibly outshine the actual like royalty that they're technically there to guard and or be present with.
Yeah. I think the folks within the royalty are wearing some different traditional fashions that have been elevated for this experience. A lot of the like imagery on it relates back to kind of like the natural landscape you have in Sonata, some patterns that kind of look like how like sunlight looks when it goes through the water on the fabric, and a lot of use of like pearl in the jewelry. You have pearl, everybody has pearl. That's kind of what ties you guys together. Um uh who is next victim on the what are you wearing train?
I mean, I'll go. Oh, sorry, Holly. Did you want to tell us what the robot's wearing?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm so
Uh,
ready.
well, first and foremost, I'm going to use uh, part of my load called an impressive costume. Um, I think first and foremost, Kalervo's outfit is primarily just accessories because they do have a robot body. It's more just about like putting things on that body.
Yeah,
And second, I think it's very counterintuitive to modern uh Karavik fashion. I think it's much more the fashion of what Kalervo would have been wearing when they were alive. Uh, it is a lot of gold and a lot of sheer fabric.
love the
Um,
idea of him wearing sheer fabric. Yeah, that's really
uh,
cool.
I'm picturing like gold like rings clipped into the arms with like almost like a veil hanging from the arms,
Okay.
so that all of their movements look very fluid.
Okay.
And there's a lot of like flower imagery, a lot of flower and stars.
That's adorable because uh there's definitely like a serious bit of edge going on
Yeah.
with the Karvik fashion. I think this is like the least cohesive group of people that show up because like all of your envoy like they have such strong personalities. Like some of
Yeah.
them like the older fashion styles with like a lot of the ruffles and the layering and things like that. Um, and other folks prefer like the newer kind of like cutting edge fashion stuff to flaunt their status more. Some of the other like automaton folks, it's like a more new trend in Karvik, because y'all made of metal, to use like magnetized accessories
Mhm.
that can kind of move around, so like extended shoulder pieces or things that like come off of like the head, that you
Yeah.
can you have like the mix and match fantasy of like every genderqueer person's dreams, so there's a lot of that going
I
on.
feel like there's a lot of like stuff on the automaton bodies that isn't necessarily attached and just uses magnets to like float off of the body.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, that's epic. Like it repels a little bit, I could see
Yeah.
that. All right, and then yeah, you're a winner. So you also are going to perhaps be honored tonight. Um, More on that later, but mentally prepare. Um, uh, May, did you want to go next? You had something.
Sure. Yeah. So Cypress is wearing a very nicely tailored three-piece suit that's like a steely blue, like jacquard, kind of a little bit shiny with some gold accents. Like they are wearing a pocket watch and they have the cufflinks and the tie. And so they've done up their big wild hair into a nice updo, sort of. It looks almost like a messy ponytail, but then there's the pretty piece of jewelry in it. Um,
It's
and then
intentionally messy.
it's intentionally messy, yes. And just sort of is trying, yeah, has I always think of like Janelle Monáe suits, you know?
Yes, I
Yeah, okay.
do.
I knew
I
that would
do know.
resonate with
I
pretty
do
much
know.
everyone. Okay. But yeah, but it's sort of like like a steely blue color with that sort of shiny jacquard fabric and vest, whole nine yards. Like they went all out before coming, knowing full well there'd be a time to get fancy.
Wonderful. And Serenity. We started these descriptions while you were away, while you were AFK, but it's what are you wearing montage. So, what are you wearing to the like day off festivities today?
Yeah, so I think Bo would come out in their dress uniform, like their military, their special dress. Um, I feel like it has way too many buttons for no reason. It looks really great and like sharp shoulders, tall neck, Bo's definitely choking a little bit. But gold filigree everywhere. And then instead of the bottoms, I think like instead of like pants or something, it's more of like a structured, like almost like a war skirt or kilt
Yes.
that has like furs and like trophies on it. Um and their frills are like actually kind of out today. Like they took the time, kind of like made sure it was all like positioned well. No, they look good, but definitely the entire time they're in the bathroom like cursing and like knocking things over and getting angry.
No, that's real as hell, honestly. Um, all right, I think that's everybody. Um, we have a long day ahead of things to do. Let's get into the festivities a bit. These are private ceremonies for the planetary envoys and people invited. Um, uh, People invited from the crowd as well. All the competitors are in your envoys. There are a few kind of like lucky people and VIPs who kind of have paid their way up here to potentially meet people and talk to them. It's like the people that pay for the K-pop fan calls, which I could be one of you. But it takes a whole lot of money to meet the people up top. Um, so that's where you're at. There's like a floor of the station for this, and today it actually kind of suspends itself over the arena, and the entire day you can watch below as it is uh kind of like being deconstructed from that last ship race, and kind of being set up again for dancing down below tonight. The entire floor kind of like of this like soiree is like glass right now. You can see through it and look down. Um you have um Hawthorne standing up on a platform, not like a big platform, just like a little thing welcoming everybody in as they enter for the day's festivities. Everyone gets like a goodie bag. Like there, I participated in the grand tournament of my lifetime goodie bag now, so that is what they're handing out. There's like two like levitating like magnetically levitating in the same way that those things that the automatons may wear, sort of troughs to either side of them, and they're handing them out to people as they walk in. The compliments are flowing very freely. It's wonderful to see you. You look great. Good job the other day. How are you doing? The media training is hitting. Um, uh, uh, as you pass on your way in, Cyprus, there is the lightest pause as they pass over your bag and they say, I didn't see you this morning. I thought you might be sick. I'm glad you're back. And they pass the bag off.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, it's kind of like other people are coming, so they're trying to like hand out the bags, as the crowd is similar way. Yeah, I've been or I was looking for you because I didn't see you yesterday, so I was worried that I heard that bug is pretty gnarly, but they've been giving people like this uh like that IV they can give you if you get like super drunk, but with vitamins in it. It's been
Mm-hmm.
helping. Yeah.
Banana bag.
It's a banana bag.
Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? Yeah. I don't think Hawthorne would know that either. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
Cypress definitely doesn't. It would just be like, oh
uh,
yeah. No, I'm feeling just fine right now. So you look great.
they do look great. They are wearing another creation Of one of the designers attending, all of these different things. It's like a galactic themed thing, but not in a corny way. Um, you can see that the like top part of the jacket of their outfit has like the different planets of the solar system embroidered across it, and the different like lines of what's this called when it goes orbit, the different the different lines of orbit for all the different planets kind of like embroidered in silver thread around. It goes like all the way around the back and the front. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I wish it existed, not just in my mind.
It sounds very cool. Is it clear that they are very actively busy?
Yeah, they are actively busy. They had carved out the time to talk to you specifically as you came in. That I think
Okay.
is the important part. Yeah.
I think she was going to do the polite thing and be like, let's take a minute to catch up later. Like once, basically like once you're not trying to,
Yes, I have designated schmoozing time in about an hour.
I will make sure I'm available.
Good.
I mean, it's wonderful seeing you.
Yes, you as well. Um, uh, and your highnesses, as the envoy from Sonata approaches, Quinn's parents in front, she trails kind of like behind them, making like a little bit of a triangle, and the rest of you within the envoy are kind of in pairs behind. You've formed a loose formation. Coming in, Hawthorne is extremely respectful to Quinn's parents. Um, and plucks out like there's like special extra bags for the royalty. And be like, we have one of these for each planet as well. Please feel free to distribute at your will, and passes them on. Quinn says, I'll take that. I can carry the heavy stuff. And she kind of reaches through her parents and shoulders the extra bag. She is half helping them because they're old, half being nosy. Um, but she gets away with it because she too is royalty. Um,
That's my
she,
girl.
yeah, yeah. And Hawthorne compliments her as well, and he says, "The Princess Quinn, what a sight." And she says, "Thank you. You as well." Really, they've outdone themselves with all of these outfits. And the pleasantries, they're just like, I'm very lucky to have all these things. Please, this way. And they kind of gesture towards the area in which like Sonata's seating is. Uh, and we carry on. Yeah, everybody gets, your bag upon entrance. No one else here is. Oh no, Elliot, yeah, you are royalty. Because yeah, you are part of that. So how is Arkesh's royalty choosing to enter, like, in any particular fashion into the day's festivities?
Well, everybody knows that you don't want to be the first one there. So we have it down to a pretty exact science of when you show up, when there's just enough people that you can make a little bit of a splash, um, but not so late that everyone's, thinking that you are late. Um, I imagine that my brother is first on our kind of assorted members of this party, and then my sister and I are like right behind him, and then in like descending order of importance is everyone else behind us.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Your brother like kind of like hums a tune as he walks to like because he wants to keep everyone on beat. There's like a little I'll only do a little bit so we don't get copyrighted. Little
It was really popular on Hegemon. It was, top 20, went like triple platinum. Yeah, mostly because of my brother.
I
Like he
also
listens to it, everyone else listens to it.
I I can totally see that for him. I think your brother has like the social media influence of like a god on
Oh
Hegemon.
yeah.
He's so easily likable. Um, he's like that one kid, Bergie, who was on Love Island. Anyone else watch that? All right.
No, but I've heard of it. I'm so
He
sorry.
has no, he has like he is an easy likability. And I also think it's like the music sometimes hits hegemon like how Canada gets things late from America.
Yeah, because we're so
Not so
far
much
away from
anymore
everyone else,
because we're
though.
so far away.
Yeah,
It came a little late. Um,
the sound waves physically just take longer to reach us. So, like, when music gets released, we're like, wow, this is so cool. When did it come out? 5 years ago?
yeah, the
Ooh.
upload speed is bad.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so yeah, yeah, your brother comes in and the same greeting. Um it's Algin, lovely to see you. Prince Arkesh, Princess Bahar. And Hawthorne, greets all the members of your family present, waves to your envoy, and presents your brother. And he goes, this is for the royals to distribute at will of each planet. Please. And he hands it over. Um, yeah, hands it over to Algin, who kind of like awkwardly shoulders it, trying not to wrinkle his jacket and his like not like get his like sash out of place. And he goes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Which way? And
Steer.
yeah, um, and yeah, and you guys are heading off. As everyone kind of gets settled in their seats, there are like the trays with flutes of champagne for an opening toast of the night that are being passed around. As I've been trying to think of like what the automaton and like vampire like equivalent to this would be, like it has to be O negative, um, and like diesel fuel. That's what I got in my mind. Um, yeah, Hawthorne takes point on something that rises from the floor. They like doing that here. In the middle a little bit to get everyone's attention. It's also like broadcasted by like projectors on like the different sides of the room so people facing different ways at the tables can see. And they greet everyone. And they say, good afternoon. You're all looking lovely, and the night is still young. I'm really glad to see all of you today. You've been doing a wonderful job. We have many of our honorees in the audience tonight, and there are pointed like spotlights that come and like at everyone who's like won a contest. So like Bo, you end up with one. Calervo, you end up with one. Um, the like the pilot from Tomia. Uh, did Tomia win? No, the math scores, but the winners of each thing um get kind of get spotlights on them, as well as some other competitors that showed really like admirable prowess. We have some honorees in the crowd tonight, and we'll be talking to them a little bit later. We also have some esteemed guests from across the galaxy today. I'd like to direct all of your attention um, to the tables up front here, and there are like on one side of the room, there's like four tables or so of people. You guys recognize different folks throughout them based on your own interests and involvement. There are like local political figures, different kinds of like celebrities and stars, um, big names, everything from like the equivalent of like Nobel Prize winners there to pop stars that are kind of like seated all at these tables at the top. And they are very excited to meet all of you tonight. We're going to be giving a spotlight on some of our designers and staff as well, and the spotlight narrows on one particular table that is like the high level staff of the tournament. Um, and we're going to talk to some of them now. Without any further ado, Kit, would you like to speak? Um, and a woman takes the stage. She appears to be originally from Jarancourt, wings come out of the back of her garments, kind of like adorned and sprayed with like glitter and things for the night. Just very kind of classy and sleek otherwise. And she says, um, good evening. It is the first time I've been able to address all of you and see all of your lovely faces, but hasn't Hawthorne been doing a wonderful job? Yes, I think so. It's very clear to, I think, Cypress in particular, that this is equally as scripted as what Hawthorne says all the time. Um, I've spent the last 10 years of my career planning this tournament. Uh, it means quite a great deal for me. I was hired on when I was a lot younger, and I am looking forward to my vacation after this, and that gets a few laughs. We're going to be having an opening performance from a select number of different athletes and acrobats who we have gotten from each and every corner of the galaxy to provide a good opening show for you. And after that, we're going to move into the honoring of some of our contest winners. And then, of course, what you're all waiting for is we'll have dinner for you. We'll have it. The bar is open, and she gestures to two bars. The sides of the room like turn like a secret layer in a movie out, and there are like bars stocked high with mechanical bartenders. Um, be like, they are equipped to translate any of your native languages, so feel free to order whatever you are comfortable using, and they will get you just fine. The rest of us can speak basic. And feel free to share. We're very excited to have all of you here. Please enjoy the show. Uh, and the lights in the house begin to come down as certain like contraptions kind of are like visible on the ceiling. Some performers come out of the wings on like all different sides of the room. Some of them are even like kind of like planted at the tables, you know, hiding around as they come up. And there is a sort of like Cirque du Soleil sort of performance to open this soiree. They're, you know, all people that do like aerial silks between the tables, and artists who do kind of like rhythmic gymnastics, sort of like ribbons and like hoops, like really mesmerizing. And there's just like so many different things to see no matter where you are in the room. Everywhere you look, there's something. The music is coming from a live musician who is playing kind of in the corner of the room on like a fiddle. And it is just lovely. It is just lovely. I think maybe now we cut to a halftime break and we'll come back for the other stuff afterwards. Is that good with everybody? Okay, so we'll take a quick break and we'll be back soon. Yay, yippee. Hello, all. Welcome back. Hope you had a nice break. And we are back for more festivities of the soiree. Um, what I decided is that I want to approach this almost like a downtime way. So I think I'm going to stick with the attune as like picking up on things without actually looking for them, and we're all gonna roll that in the middle. But I want to give everyone like an opportunity to focus on like one or two different like things or people throughout the night if they are looking to speak with someone in particular, look into something in particular, if they're trying to schmooze, to posture, to gain information about a competitor in a future like competition that's still coming. You can do all of that stuff, and we'll see if you pick up on anything that you're not looking for at some point in the middle. So, um, does anyone have anything at the top of their mind that they would like to do? That they would like to do first?
I kind of do. If no one else wants to
Tell
go
us,
first,
tell us.
I will.
Yay.
So I think Cypress is going to be trying to looking out for like weird hand signals directed at the queen, but I think that's supposed to come later. And then I think she's going to spend some time with the hegemon folks and try to figure out whose voice that was that they heard in the message.
Yeah, I think the hand signals on the queen, that's like something that you can be looking for throughout. So you can give me a survey roll, and if it depending on your roll, I'll let you know if you see it when it pops up during the night.
Okay.
If
And
it pops
one
up.
dot means I roll two?
No,
roll
one. If one dot means you roll just one.
Okay.
We're
I
about
rolled a
learning
one.
here on Critical Misses.
The dice is in jail now.
I have a funny way to approach this.
Okay.
By any chance, does Cypress wear contacts or glasses ever? I have a response no matter what your answer is, so you
I
can
was
say
gonna
no.
say no, that
Yeah.
that they don't work, they don't have any.
You might need them. You got a little bit of eye strain from like the low lights from the performance. It's like starting to kind of screw with you. So you're having trouble like looking for that kind of thing, even though it's like on your mind. You don't know, like it's hard to keep track of like a noble from another, like two different nobles at once at an event like this while also pursuing your own conversations. If you want to approach Hegemon toward the top of the night, you are welcome to. Just let me know who you are approaching.
Well, was the voice masculine or feminine or
So
sort of
the voice in the
between
message
sounding?
was feminine.
Okay, was feminine.
Yeah. And then I also she started the message like hello ladies. I think, or no, she just said yeah. There's a girl power thing going on here. That's
it was
pretty
directed
obvious.
towards the Duchess,
Towards
right?
the Duchess, yeah. And she said that she had one person left to approach, which was Quinn.
Okay, and she had not approached Quinn yet. Can I see in the hegemon party, is there only one woman or?
There are other women like within the envoy, I believe, of like people who come to compete and things like that, but of like the royal representatives, it's the three siblings. And Elliot, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's only
Yeah,
Bahar.
be me or be Arkesh, who's distinctly male, my brother, and then my sister. So process of elimination. And you've spoken with Arkesh too, so you would probably be
Yes.
able to say that it's not his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, well then maybe she doesn't go over because if it's sort of easy to like visually be like, okay, so it's probably her. What's your sister's name? Would I know
Bahar.
that?
Bahar.
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 I imagine even if you didn't know, I imagine there's probably something that's like, this is the list of the people from Hegemon who are
Yeah.
important. And it's like my brother and then right Bahar.
There is a seating, like there is a seating
Okay.
chart. That's something that like Hawthorne had like the pocket version memorized, but there's like a big like glass board with every like every attendee's name like painstakingly written on it for each table.
Okay. Then it's gonna be things like mingling, but keeping an eye on Quinn and Bahar, just to kind of see what's up with that. And then probably sneaking glances at Hawthorne every now and then because
Period.
yeah.
Okay.
And then and then maybe trying to look at where Duchess Sax is.
Okay. Um
Trying to be
okay.
sly and just kind of
So
just keep an eye on the things they're trying to keep track of.
okay, so are you're mingling with Hegemon and you are looking out for these things.
Yes.
So,
Or
are you
mingling with anyone. I mean, she might stop and talk to
okay?
Arkesh because there's a like not a relationship established, but we've had a conversation before, um, saying hello, this and that. How's your
You had
sister? You know,
how's your gamey fruits? Yeah.
are you enjoying the gamey fruit still? I'm so glad.
They prepared it in a whole new sauce. It's really quite fascinating.
True. Yes, they've gotten quite inventive in a way I was not expecting. So
Yeah.
Those chefs had years to figure this menu out, all right? They were experimenting. Um so yeah, let me see what I want you to roll. I want to give everyone a chance to do like one thing and then break and then their other thing. So which thing
yeah,
do you want to focus? You want to focus on the mingling or the searching first?
the mingling,
Okay,
because
so
that's what's kind of going on. Champagne. Everyone's kind of just chilling right now, I feel like.
go ahead. I'll let you take your pick between consort or sway for your success in mingling.
It's gonna be consort.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
for
Yeah.
sure. Okay. And that's a 5.
All right. With a 5 in consort, you you've been in the graces of like the court of Tomia for like your entire adult life. So you know how to talk to people like above your particular family's status quite well. A lot of people are happy to hear, feedback on their performances as competitors. A lot of people are happy to hear, little bits of information about what court is like on Tomia, and like exchange that information. Um, you've postured yourself well. You've reflected well on Tomia, especially after their recent, like, really like good showing, in the last two contests. Um, uh, I don't know what to make you roll for flirting with Hawthorne. Um,
Consort.
yeah, you can roll. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, roll another consort for your
It's not just
glance.
because I have
Roll
multiple
glance
dots.
counter. Roll glance counter. Yeah.
It's a 4.
So that's what you're at. You guys catch eyes 4 different times throughout the night. That you like, yeah, before the big break in discussion of the winners. So they're clearly looking for you as well to some degree.
We're so cute.
It's true. All right. Anyone else have something they want to focus on in beginning of the night.
I think that I kind of have split attention. I do have some of my focus on my brother just to make sure that we don't revert all the way back to like freshman year of university. We're like a solid junior year, you know?
No, he's holding his own.
Okay.
He's got a good balance of like party and dignitary. Your brother is among other like princely things an exceptional dancer. And so he's taken a few people around. He's got his charming hat on today. He's doing okay.
Perfect. Okay. And then you mentioned that there are some kind of, let's just say, famous, you know, A-list star people here and everything. And my brother is very into music. I imagine I'm also into music. Maybe I'm not quite the trendsetter though. Would
I
there happen? Yeah.
I think banking on what I know about like Scandinavia, where the daylight is shitty, they have a lot of like really good like community centers where you have indoor activities that you can like engage with to so that you don't get depressed.
Yeah.
Hegemon being similarly cold, I can see music being a very popular like creating music, sharing music being a very popular pastime there, because you can do it like from your own home.
Yeah, you don't need to leave your warm insulated building for that. Yeah.
You can play your guitar under your heated blanket. Amen.
Yeah. um but with that in mind, are any of the musicians here musicians that I or my brother would happen to be fans of? And if so, can I get a photo with them?
All right. I'm gonna roll D20 on your luck on
How
a
popular is our music taste? Is it like
well no, not how popular is your music taste, is like do the musicians you like have interest in being here is kind of
that's
the luck.
true. Yeah.
Because it's kind of like you know, it's kind of like when they like show the audience at the Super Bowl and there's like a bunch of people who you didn't think would have any interest in football, like football whatsoever, are there. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll a d20. On a 15 and up, your favorite artist will be there. On a 10 and up, someone you like will still be there. Yeah. Oh, you got all right. That's a 15.
Amazing.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite artist in mind, or shall I summon someone from my brain?
um I'm gonna call them it's a kind of not super niche band, but they make I imagine they'd make like club music, you know, like to go back to say, you know, music that you can enjoy in like a group and dance to. And because I think I'm funny sometimes, I think they're called the Arctic Goats.
Ha 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 ha. Their breaking album, Crave That Mineral.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. First the
Uh,
Homestuck horns on screen, now this.
but yeah, so I think I kind of am almost shamelessly abusing my I'm a prince, I'm a noble privilege, and I am trying to get a photo with them.
Okay. Um, the Arctic goats, there are four of them. They are sitting together. They wear sunglasses indoors.
Of course.
Yeah, they wear sunglasses indoors, but they're all like impeccably matching in their outfits. And as you come up to them, they actually recognize you. You're a prince. If they're the Arctic goats, they're probably from Hegemon as well. So
Yeah.
you're one of their princes. Um, they say, fighting the urge to give them bad British accents. These are the Arctic monkeys. I'll be strong.
Yeah, yeah.
They kind of like look up from their hors d'oeuvres and they're like, oh, Prince Arkesh, you know, bow their heads. One of them kind of like reaches out to give you this like overly familiar, but they can get away with it because they're celebrities.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll
They're
allow
like,
it.
yeah, you did a great job out there. Uh, conducting all of our business, and we're really happy to have you representing us here. Uh what can we do you the honor of? Do you need something from us?
Oh, actually, I was coming to say that I'm always delighted to see an example of Hegemon's culture being shared from outside of the outer reaches of the galaxy. And I thought that it might be nice and fitting if we were to take a photo commemorating your appearance here as, official kind of almost official representatives of Hegemon's culture.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that would be sick. Get him some glasses. And the
Yes, yes.
and the basis of the Arctic Ghost pulls out an extra pair of sunglasses and hands it to you.
Yeah, hold on. So we're all
Allegro,
just
how are you? Oh God, everyone's so prepared.
That was so fast.
That was so
So
prepared.
fast. I love it.
All right, the two of you who have sunglasses both take a free reroll
Yeah.
for that level of preparation. That's incredible.
Not planned. I just keep them there, which says more about me, I think.
I have so many things at this desk. Sunglasses are not one of them. The sunglasses live in my bag. Yeah.
I get a photo for the Insta
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, yeah. You get an Insta photo. Are you uploading it to the story immediately?
Yeah, and I think that it's got some really painfully almost official caption. Because I am still like a political figure, right? But it does have like a little it has an emoji of like a snow-capped mountain and then a goat.
Oh, I can see it. I can
Yeah.
see it. Like, is this the crossover between the Arctic monkeys and the mountain goats? Like, what
Yeah.
happens when you mix those two things? I'm really scared.
It's EDM music, but with like the Mountain Goats
About
lyrics, I
sad
imagine.
divorce.
Yeah. Drug addiction and sad divorce. It's really popular.
We've reinvented Tallahassee, but with with a DJ.
I'd listen to it,
I'm so
unfortunately.
sorry, Mountain Goats. I love you. You got me through my last breakup. Don't take this as
I heard
disrespect.
that.
Don't take okay. Yeah, so your phone is popping off. You're not usually the noble that hangs out with celebrities. That is your brother's job to like meet the cool people to take pictures with them. So you're getting, like a lot of new followers. It's
Amazing.
annoying. The band has cross-posted. They've taken the story and put it on their story. So it's blowing up. That's lovely. Who's next?
I'm so sorry for everything I just
Why
made.
are you sorry? That was great.
That was beautiful. I think that Tavora is gonna spend the first half of banquet times being actually like a professional, and will fully expect uh that Quinn may or may not pull the like pretends to be like a little tired or tipsy or whatever the second half so that they can like have more excuses to like actually hang out because I have to be like more present around her. But I think the first half is going to be a bit more just like keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, I think she's taken this one a little bit more seriously. I guess knowing that there are so many important people beyond just your envoy in the room to impress here. Like a lot of the other time, like everyone's in their own boxes, but everyone is together now. So, she's taking it a little seriously. You do see, I'm gonna give this one to you actually. Um, I guess you don't know what's going on, so try not to metagame, but you do see that Quinn is approached by one of the duchesses of Verilily. Quinn has always been a particularly smart cookie. She has that like jack of all trades kind of thing where she can pick up skills really, really easily. So it's like unsurprising to you that Vera Lily is there to speak to her. Um, but also with the way that she has been acting, it is like jarring and refreshing to see her like doing her job. She's doing her job. Hooray.
I'm so sorry and also so proud.
Um,
I am at like how like as a personal guard in this context, like how close would I be to Quinn at any given moment? Like would I overhear like anything of that, or would it
um,
be more of a
so what I think happens is that you guys probably sit at the same table as like the royals, and people kind of get up to mingle. And so the Duchess comes to tap her on the shoulder, and they are both royals, and they kind of like take a stroll like around the room to pick at the different hors d'oeuvres. You can keep an eye on her. It might be marked as like a little strange if you chose to like follow directly. Um, but you like she'll always be in your eye shot in this room.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too weird. Uh, yeah, my girl's smart. My girl can also probably take care of herself. I'm just here to look pretty. And by pretty I mean scary sometimes. Um, I don't know. So I guess I just kind of I'm probably like half split, right? Like half of my attention is just focused on wherever Quinn is at any given moment. I think the other half of my attention is like intrigued as to like what Calervo's doing. Like we haven't really like seen each other since that weird moment, like the first day. Um, but like was like the only other person to kind of like notice something like with me. We had like a moment, you know? So I think that's like
I'll
the other
I'll
half
leave
of
that to Holly then. What is Calervo doing?
Uh, Palermo is also doing their job, mostly because they don't like the spotlight. So it's like if I just pretend to just be security, maybe people won't come up and talk to me.
That unfortunately I don't think is going well for you.
No.
You pulled off some seriously cool stuff, and celebrities want to talk to you. Um uh funnily enough, I think the like the Grand Master um of Gorak, who you beat in the tournament, I believe, actually comes up to talk to you. Very, very good sport, who just like really wants to like talk strategy and like where did you learn? I'd love to come have you speak to my class after the games because they teach at one of the universities. It's like it really is. It's just it's like genuine niceness. You're almost not used to it, like living around
Yeah.
like the vampires
There's
all the time. Like
there's
it's
no
just like it's
game to
genuine.
it.
Yeah, there's no game to it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think Clervo is like much less composed than they have been, like much more like stammering, um, completely just being like, oh God, people are actually nice. Uh,
Well,
how
shit.
do you talk to genuine people? Um,
I wish I knew.
and
I wish I knew.
it's very clear, especially um to Allegro's character that to Tavora that like Clervo is like in conversations but also still like actively trying to look around.
Yeah, so I think you guys are maybe doing the same. You're doing the same thing, and you kind of realize that at one point. You're looking at Calervo as they are like trapped in a very long conversation with the Grandmaster
Yeah.
of Gorak. You share like the office camera look, and you're kind of as you're both kind of roving around and looking for other things. I'll have I guess both of you, as you're looking around, go ahead and roll a survey for me, see if you see anything.
I'm
Da-da-da.
a
Pretty sure
five.
I have. Oh no, I have one. Hold on. That's a one.
All right. Yeah. I think you Tavora, you're like looking around is distracted because somebody else within the envoy is having like a light allergic reaction to one of the hors d'oeuvres, and you as the doctor, you need to take care of it. You have to like get them some cortisone and like antihistamine. um so you are distracted. Holly, you said that you rolled a 5 for
Yes.
Clervo. What kind of thing are you looking for in particular?
I it's definitely not like Calervo like looking for like some signs of conspiracy or something like that. I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
really is just like I guess like Calervo maybe hyper focused on the idea of like making sure no like faux pas happen. That's what they're always on the lookout for is like um almost like a sense of like social security, like social defense. Like I
Yeah.
need to make sure that no matter what, Karavik comes out of this with a good reputation.
So Karavik has been doing particularly well. I think on that note, the thing that you maybe would want to look out for is that there is like the rumor that Karavik and Akale are like working together is still going really strong.
Yeah.
Um, as you guys continue to like rank very like highly during the game, so you're able to kind of like slip into like a few conversations and help dispel any rumors of like foul play involved. Like you keep it like it's a diplomatic relationship, but nothing was planned beforehand, and it's true.
Yeah.
um so you help your planet's reputation in that regard. I think everyone else went. Bo, what would you like from the buffet and bar? Is it
Yeah, all of it.
one of everything on the menu?
Put it in the tray.
Yeah. So there are hors d'oeuvres right now, and the bar is open. So at one point, um, the attendant that had originally gotten you the tray, at that first night recognizes you and goes, wait just a second, and brings out a fresh tray of hors d'oeuvres and just hands you the full tray.
This is my favorite person. I don't. So they don't have a lot of money, but they do have forks. So they're gonna hand them a couple of forks and it's like, keep the change. And tip him with
You've
silver.
returned some of the missing silverware, basically. So, no
Yeah.
questions asked, I suppose. Um, it's charming coming from Bo, so you get away with it. Um, you I'd be remiss if I didn't have Valentine come approach you. So I think he's the kind of he's definitely not set in his ways in like the vampiric passion fashion clash. He definitely has like some of the old style and some of the new fashion, a little bit of both. He's wearing modern like modern formal wear, but he has a cravat instead of a tie. His stuff's definitely expensive. His cufflinks have like garnets in them. Um it's embroidered and fancy. And he says, well, that looks good. I can't metabolize that, but what is it?
I just because you can't like metabolize it doesn't mean you can't eat it, right?
um I could, it's just it doesn't, if I put it in I have to take it out, so
They're just gonna eat a ton of them, and then
God.
they're gonna go, okay, how long does it take for this stuff to get like into my bloodstream? And you could try it that way.
Would you like to visit Karvik at some point?
Hmm?
Have you ever traveled?
I mean, sometimes
Mhm.
for like wars and stuff.
um
Why?
I think that I would love to have you visit. No one has ever been. I've never. I Calervo, perhaps you are watching this from somewhere across the room. Um, I've never quite met somebody like you. You really take me off guard. Most people mind it when you bite them.
Oh,
Mind it might be an understatement, actually. Most people are not really fans unless you are bonded. Yeah.
bonded? Like in jail? Or like what?
No, like sometimes two vampires or some people from off-world as well. You have a sort of like an immortal partnership, and that makes the biting more nice for everyone involved.
Oh, what? I don't care. I mean, well, one, it helps you, which is cool, and two, it's kind of hot, and like three, it just kind of like tickles. It's not a big deal.
You
It's
heard it here
whatever.
first, chat. You heard it here first. Uh, he says, well, I appreciate it, and to level with you, what an incredible job you've done these last few days out on the field. Uh, I can't even compete.
Well, see, you could have, and they're gonna pull out a chair
Oh,
so Valentine can sit down. So, see, you could have, but then that jerk beat you first when that should have been me because
right.
you didn't
I
even get to
did
try.
want to face off against you. Now it's like getting into the meat of it, and some gossip begins to accidentally take place about the competitor who took Valentine out of the game. He's a little salty still, yeah.
I mean, like, look, it was good, and like, I really don't get me wrong. I wanted to fight you, like I wanted to beat you because I can, but like, you know, I wasn't gonna like throw you into the tree like the other person. I was just really upset, like I wouldn't have been that mean because that could put people in the ground. So and like I don't want you to be like in the ground unless that's like where your coffin is. Do you sleep in coffin? Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I do, yes, I do. Um, no apologies necessary.
Cool, cool.
Well, I don't really. It's more of like I read in there. I don't have to sleep. I sleep if I want to, but I don't often want to. I find that there are other things to do.
Why not? Sleeping's so good. Like you just get to like it's like you just go to bed and like not have to do anything and just like go to dreamland.
I only feel like exhaustion from hunger, so I don't get like sleepy at the end of the night. And it's been centuries since I've felt that way. I'd much rather fill my time out and about.
Do you not get to dream? Like, do you
No,
not do that?
no, not anymore.
Oh shit. You want to read my dream journal sometime? So you can like live it?
Sure, yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
All right, I'm gonna cut. I think.
No, I want to hear more about Bo's dream journal, and I want the rest of this episode to be about that.
Do
Don't
your dream
I want a
journal.
Yeah, yeah,
coffee.
After everybody makes their attune checks, we can break out the dream journal in part two.
Fuck yes.
It's
This
like the
is-
little like
this is,
after
like-
extra bit of the anime, you know?
There are like things that like I kind of had like planned for this stream. Like I always planned for Hawthorne to flirt with Cypress, and like Allegro and I had Quinn planned, though not by name, and like different events and things like that. What I could have never predicted is me whipping out my old PC and this happening with Bo. This was like so not on my radar at all, but I'm obsessed with I'm obsessed with it. Um So everybody roll an attune check now.
Considering I have nothing in it, I didn't roll too terribly. Then I got a 4 though.
I rolled terribly for you. I rolled a 2.
Oh.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, you can
Got a
have the bad
one.
luck this
Share
time. Here you
the bad
go.
luck.
Yeah.
I also rolled 2 4s, but one of them was cocked, so I re-rolled it, and it was also a 4. So I
You
guess
were meant to have a 4. Yeah. 3. Nobody got a 6. No 6s? Okay. So, I'm going to tell you what you notice on like a 4 or 5. Um, and that is that the ever presence of the staff in this room is like more than usual. Um, Kind of akin to the way of like sometimes you go to an event and they have like a speaker that's disguised as a rock. In that sort of like vibe category, there's staff like where you don't think that they are. Especially because there's a table of like the high level members here. There's just the slightest feeling of like surveillance, like kind of uneasiness, um, uh, of of being watched in here that you get, and it's not to a point where you can't enjoy yourself, but it's like at the back of your mind if you in that 4 or 5 attune category. Um, Moving on to the second half of the night, we have um some honoring of contest winners from throughout the games. We have 2 of them among us here, um, Bo and Kullervo. You are brought on stage alongside the winning racing team. Uh, I have my maths. I hate to look back at this thing. How awful. Um, yeah, Tomiya did win. Yeah, so the winning racing team from Tomiya, and then it's only been those ones so far, right? It's been the 3 things, and there's 2 more left. Okay. Um, yeah, so that's who's up there. You're brought up onto kind of like an impromptu panel. You get like a briefing about like 10 minutes before where they mic you up. And kind of give you some cues. Be like, Hawthorne is just going to be taking you guys through a quick interview. Oh, Calervo, the other gentleman who performed with you in the game, who was your second, will also be up there. Um yeah, so Hawthorne's just going to ask you a few questions about like your background and your training for games. It should be all basic stuff that you know the answers to, like the donors and the team and the people here. This is just the kind of thing that they really like. So it'll only be a couple minutes of your time, and then we're going to launch right into dinner afterwards. So your menus will be waiting back at your seats, and you will get priority service for helping us out with the interviews here tonight. If you all wouldn't mind, if you are okay with it, that is signing here, and there are like slates with like paperwork on it, just for this bit to be filmed as a part of the archival record of these games. As this is a private service, we haven't had anything else filmed for the archive tonight. So if you could sign these releases, and you know they pass them out. Is anyone not signing the releases? All right.
I don't read it. I heard I get priority service at dinner, and immediately I just like I don't read anything.
Real. Very real. Yeah.
I
You
do
guys,
read it before signing it.
yeah,
Every word.
it's like it's pretty standard. You like scan it, um, and kind of just like internalize the words. Yeah, it seems pretty standard. The uh you kind of like live indefinitely as well. So like for like Bo, for like any other of the like player characters, this like footage like will outlive them. For you, you'll see it again at the next games. You'll probably still be here. Yeah. Um it's a very daunting thing to like have like this large gap between like this generational gap between these tournaments. It's like a little bit jarring to think about when you put it, into scale. But I guess that's part of the struggle of living longer than most other species. You're all brought up onto the stage. Hawthorne comes up. Um, Radiant, drink in hand, but those of you, I think it's pretty easy to notice. I'm not even going to make you roll. Anyone thinking about it, you can tell that it's not actually alcohol. They're not actually drinking. They're posturing as drinking to make everyone feel like they're part of the group, but they have not had a single drop of alcohol today. And they say, um, well, welcome. We are so happy to have you all here, our wonderful winners of the contests so far. A lot of people would love to hear from you. Why don't we start with you, Bo? Is it um, you hail from Akale, yes? Uh, and your table, your envoy cheers. Um, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, about how you prepared and where you learned these amazing skills that you brought to the battlefield. We were all enamored by your performance.
And then immediately they're gonna take the mic. They're gonna stand up. They're gonna milk this crowd. Uh, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, everyone? So like you could all call me Bo, but like my name's like Bonserita, Cetriol, like but Bo's cool too. But remember the full name, because that'll be places. Uh, I learned this in the military with my boys and like point to the table again. And it's like, but right now I'm just having fun. But in reality, I've learned a lot of respect, a lot of other big great words that happen in the military, and I'd like to thank my best friend. She's just gonna point to. Oh my god, I forgot his name because I'm the worst.
Rick?
Yeah, I'm gonna point to Rick. Be like, because he's the one who got me through all this. And of course, like my captain, my commander, everyone out there. But like Rick, you're the guy.
Hawthorne leans to the microphone and says, the Council of the Grand Tournament recognizes competitor Ulrich Shacker as well.
Yeah, Rick! But no, and I got strong because I'm just kind of built that way. But then they taught me how to use it, which is really cool. So is that the question?
I think that answers our question quite well. Thank you. Moving down the line, Kalerva, we saw that wonderful performance in the Go-Rack tournament last night, and I think we've all been wondering, how long have you been studying the game?
Well, truthfully, I don't know how many years. I distinctly remember when the game first came to Karavik. I think I might own the first game board from our planet.
There's like a chatter amongst the rich people tables, some likely interested in attempting to purchase that from you.
Um, uh, Truthfully, it was always just a game, a way to learn about yourself and other people through strategy.
And is that something you enjoy? I know a lot of people talk about they compare Go Racket and life and the things that you can bring from the study of the game to your life. Do you think that it has aided you?
Um, I think so. I think more now, than when I first played it. I think I've grown to have a much more devoted appreciation to it.
Like, well, we're excited to see you play again. And she moves down the line to your counterpart, They talk to all the other folks. The Tamiya shooting team, they are quite a hit. Another rags to riches story. How ironic. From Tomiya. It I think it's becoming apparent to everybody how the team was put together um from there. Um and we will move into the second half of your downtime of the night over dinner. Handling dinner. Um, it will be a service tonight. You get a menu. It's one page, but it's like a dense one page. It's got like all the categories. It's got like the appetizers, the soups, the salads, the entrees, the desserts,
Is
the
Cheesecake
tapas, the
Factory
sharing
like
plates.
dense?
Not she. I feel like that is unrealistic even for science fiction. The things that happen at the Cheesecake Factory are sacred to this planet and this planet alone. Um, uh, but yes, this is like a pick one from each category for the courses kind of scenario. Um, yeah, so that's what you have, and then kind of over dinner and as the night continues into a little bit of a dancing celebration phase and finally the announcement of the next games. What would everybody like to focus on in the second half?
I have thoughts.
Yeah. I also know that you had something, but I have already forgotten what it was. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I can go over it. But Elliot, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Elliot,
You
go
have
ahead.
No
thoughts.
worries, as I almost dropped my pen. Um, so I imagine that during the course of dinner, I kind of touch base with my siblings. And although I don't get along with her, I do kind of check in with my sister and be like, so what are your plans for the rest of the evening, sister? With the intent of understanding what she's doing so I can almost like cover what she doesn't do, right? Like I want to make sure that we have all of our bases covered um as like a party.
Yeah. My intention was to check in and kind of observe Baruch a little bit more. The wild cardedness, and she looks over her shoulders to make sure that no one is too close. I hate not to pull any punches. I hate it. And I need to know what they're going to do in the last two games.
Well, that would certainly make sense considering, yeah, the reputation. Very well. I'll go ahead and cover our other competitors then.
Uh, Please, although Algin is doing just fine, it seems, and your brother is leaned over talking to someone from like one of the other tables who's also leaned like over their chair from one of the other planets.
I'm just glad he's having a good time.
He's having a good time today. He's feeling I think he's like gone over the hump of like we're not doing well to like the acceptance area of like I'm going to have a good time. Like
Yeah, we're
yeah.
we're in the part where it's like Hegemon is just hears that people remember that we exist out in the middle of nowhere. Um stage of the party. Well, in that case then I am gonna go ahead and socialize with Sonata because of the whole zero gravity competition coming up, and I feel like they'll probably be good at that. So I'm just gonna go rub elbows with them, and they have a princess who's probably thereabouts my age.
Yeah, very, very wise of you. Um, I've heard she's quite personable as well. You should compliment her flying. She just flew in the last
Yeah,
contest. Yeah, ask her about that. See if they have anything else left in the tank as well.
and we'll reconvene later tonight and compare notes.
Mm. All right, so you would like to chit chat with the Sonata folks, by all means.
Yeah, I'll go over to Quinn um, and her shadowing accompaniment, and I would recognize that they both were on the team, right?
Yeah, yeah, you are someone who pays a lot of attention. So,
Sorry, and last thing, I would refer to her as like Princess Quinn.
yeah, yeah, she's a princess. Yeah.
Yeah, so uh, Princess Quinn, I wanted to come over and officially give my compliments to your flying and to your gunner's abilities as well. You both did excellent.
Oh, please. I'm only half the team. Now she has been led right into her mischievousness. Um, and you feel a tug tug on your sleeve. Someone's come to talk to us.
Greetings.
You do recognize that this is nobility of another planet.
Mhm.
Um, mhm, yeah.
I definitely want to be here in this
Um,
conversation right now.
yeah. Um, he is Prince. He's Prince Arkesh, right? Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Prince Arkesh, please allow me to introduce you to my personal guard and our royal doctor, um, Doctor Senyi.
pleasure to meet you as well. As I was saying, I just wanted to come in, give my compliments to you both for your excellent job in the flying competition. Flying and shooting, I suppose I should say.
Yeah, we we appreciate it. It was a little bit of a last minute arrangement, but I had a really good time. Are you going to compete?
Um, well, there is still the debate coming up, and I've always been good with words, so all things remaining equal, hopefully that'll be my time to shine, unless I get food poisoning from that gamey fruit.
Oh yeah, something that's yeah, that's part of why we've had to switch out some of our competitors. I don't know what it is that made people sick. Is it that fruit?
That's what I've been hearing, although I'm not a doctor. I don't know if you've heard anything yourself.
It's probably not that one, actually. Although, not a surprising assumption on most people's part. It's a little bit of a strange one for folks who aren't used to that uh, family of fruit. Uh, Honestly, I would assume it has something else to do with the combination of gravity sickness and unfamiliar foods. I don't know if you've heard of intergalactic traveler's constipation.
Oh
It's
my
kind of
God.
like that, but like the opposite.
Thank you, Tabora, for that.
Hey, I
No,
got
it's
asked. I wanted to be as informative as possible for our royal guest.
no, I appreciate it. I appreciate the honesty, and I'm always a fan of learning new things. Um, I don't suppose that either of you are planning on competing any further at all.
I think I'm done. I I had my piece. Um, I like to debate as well, but I think we have more skilled spin doctors than me on the team to take care of it. I'm wondering if my father is going to try to do it. That'd surprise, I think, everyone besides the two of us. But I don't know. I think I'm done. I just want to see the rest of it through, do my diplomatic duties.
Of course, this only happens every generation. Might as well make the most of this sort of an event. When else are
Exactly.
you going to have this many nobles and other exceptional individuals from across the galaxy in one place, really?
Yeah, the only time you see this is here, big interplanet royal weddings. I went to one as a kid, um, but not since. Um, and war. She takes a sip of her drink.
Hopefully, we won't have the latter anytime soon. Also
She'll
I
clink
think I
you.
also
She'll clink you to
drink.
it.
We
Yeah.
all just-
just almost like cookie. Fingers crossed.
Have you opened your royalty only goodie bag yet?
Uh, I haven't opened mine, but I did take a peek inside, and they really, they really went all out this year. I don't know what I'm going to do with half of it.
Did you know that the like all the way at the bottom in that little box, I really needed to know what was in it. It's like a little bit of like a cologne, like a spray. And it had this flower in it, and I didn't know what it was. So I Googled it, and apparently it only blooms for like 1 day a year in Baruch, and they collected enough of it to make this perfume.
Wow, that's quite exceptional,
I haven't
especially. Yeah.
I haven't opened the rest of it either, but I'm very excited to see what else is inside all those little things.
Yeah, they really use so much of that plastic to package everything. You'd think that they
Yeah,
could
that's a
make it a
real
little bit more
shame.
sustainable. Yeah.
I was hoping that they would do paper, but I don't think that sustainability is at the forefront of the mind here. If we were ever to have a head of department from Sonata, things would be different. We're quite concerned with that kind of thing.
Uh, Similarly, on Hegemon, generally when things go in the ground, they stay there for a while. It's the frozen tundra of it all.
Yeah, that makes sense. I actually I've never been, but I'd love to go at some point.
Honestly, we really should try our hand at hosting more intergalactic events like this. It's just exciting, and well, we're always making the long trip out to everyone else. Might as well make everyone take the trip out to us.
Well, here, take this, and she will kind of she will like bump her slate, like her contact, and it will
Yeah, get her
transfer
number.
it. So it's not her number, it's like her it's like her people.
Yeah.
This is my guy who does my schedule. But tell him that we talked. Obviously he will be prioritized. Maybe we can make something happen on Hegemon.
Yeah, I think that'd be very exciting.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm great with water. It's not often frozen for me, so we'll see.
Have you ever been ice skating?
Um, no, no, I have not.
It's incredibly enjoyable. You functionally strap sharp bits of metal to your feet and just go at very quick speeds. It's delightful.
And I think we cut away from the disbelief
Yeah,
that
yeah.
began in this
Tamora, like
conversation.
eye twitching in the
Yeah.
corner, like, why would you introduce this?
All right. Yeah,
Hard cut to like skating injuries, blood's everywhere.
But that's just what Tamora's imagining. It's just like injuries everywhere.
yeah. So all right, who is next for this second portion of the night?
I was looking for hand signals in my queen's direction.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to you rolled bad the first time. You want to
Yes.
give it another roll?
I'd
Yeah.
love to.
Yeah.
6.
All right. With a 6, you are more focused on this throughout the night. The server comes to take your order like at one point, and it's like it's merely in the background of what you are doing. You are watching that Verilily table like a hawk, and you eventually see kind of like a very distinct signal as the Duchess has just gotten up to like adjust her clothing. You see what you can tell is like a signal on the shoulder, and you dart your eyes over to the queen, and she is looking, and she sees it, and you see her see it.
And do I see her make any reactions? Or does she keep eating and hanging out? Or
There is a nod, and she continues on kind of like as if nothing has happened. Keep the suspicion off.
Weird. Okay. Um, I think at this point, Cypress does not know what to do with this information because it's still not super clear to them. And there's food on the way, and they don't want to miss that. So I think it's just kind of at that point keeping an eye on things like all the names that were mentioned. So like the Queen, Princess Quinn, the Vera Lily, Duchess Saxe, and kind of like, and also Bahar, and kind of just keeping tabs. But because I feel like everyone's at different tables, it looks like there's kind of
It
scoping things out.
yeah, it I think it appears kind of like a normal looking around. You see, to tie this in with back to Quinn and Tavora, you see kind of once Arkesh leaves the table, um, you see I think Quinn doing a classic like younger person at an event thing, which is she is texting Tavora while she's right next to her. Um as the server is going around, you begin to pick up on it by like the timing of like their devices coming up. Tavora texts you, is like, I don't want to talk about it out loud, but um the one of the duchesses of Vera Lily approached me earlier and it was really weird.
Weird how there's been more
Um
staff than there should be wandering around.
there's like the emphasis reaction on your message. um you noticed that too, right? Um I just think that um it's text, there's no pausing. I need to think succinctly. I just think that she's up to something. She invited me to have dessert with her to discuss future opportunities, but not in a way that seemed very nice and cool.
Did she say to go along?
It was implied. She seems a
Well,
little classist, lol.
LOL. You know what they say about making assumptions? If you go, you're taking me with, right?
Duh. But also, what if she tries to kill us or some shit? I guess that's your job. It comes in like another text.
That is my job. Maybe we can figure out backup.
Mm.
What do we think about? Never mind. Not that one. What do we think about uh Palermo?
Based.
I'll see what I can do. Thanks.
Wait, you put your phone down and then she texts you, wait, and hits you on the arm. Wait, you know what that means, right?
I I was in the military, not living under a rock, I promise.
Heart reaction. I'm having so much fun.
Take another drink.
So I see this texting and facial journey that they're going on.
Yes.
Because there's no way they're not emoting while this is happening.
Oh, yes, it's hilarious. It is hilarious to do.
We're very not obvious. We're so good at keeping things under wraps.
Like I think I've said this. I think I've said this before.
Sure.
Like Quin's like the king and queen are old, so like they don't like pick up on this kind of stuff, and they go to bed so early every day while they're here.
Our metric for what is actually sneaky is like so off. Like I've been out of the military for too long. They haven't been carrying what Quinn does. It's a problem.
Do I see like Bahar or the Duchess clocking that too?
I think Bahar is keeping an eye on that. She's a sneaky one. She observes quite a bit. Um, so her eyes are everywhere, I think, like yours.
Okay. And the Duchess, is she like keeping tabs on them, or is it?
I think she's focusing on her meal for now. She already had talked to her earlier, though I don't know that you know that, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think there's just I think yeah. Cypress just knows there's some kind of connection here and is going to be kind of keeping an eye on those three. So yeah, Bahar, Quinn, and the Duchess. And her own queen, just to be like, what are you? What is? Um, just trying to figure it out, you know. And
Okay.
then also stealing glances at Hawthorne because
Yeah. Oh, yes, you are owed some designated schmoozing time. So Hawthorne does have to eat dinner somewhere, and they find their way to the Tomia Envoy table because it is their home, and it seems that they will be allowed to eat with you all tonight, rather than the staff. They pull up a chair. They pull up a chair next to you, from another like side table, and they say, "Is this seat taken?" and gesture at the empty chair that they have just pulled over themselves.
yeah, welcome. Yeah, come on. Let's it's a normal dinner.
Oh my God, I hope that you haven't eaten in the last 48 hours. I watched them like test this menu a bunch of times since I've been here. It's huge.
Yeah,
Though I
I can
do
only
know
pick one from each category, and that seemed criminal.
I'll pick different things than you and you can try some of mine.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I love that. And then we can share and split it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Um, yeah, they put in their order expertly. Like they don't even need to look at the thing. They just hand it back. They're like, "Duh, duh, 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 duh." uh, yeah, they've studied it. Um, you go, so how have things been on the inside?
Oh, I do my job as usual.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, kind of hinting like, I've some sneaky shit's happening, but I can't say that out loud.
Yeah. You're both employees of the crown, uh, in your own way. That I think
Yeah.
that's clear enough. Yeah.
And, I do my job. And I've been enjoying the festivities. I met a prince from an ice planet, so he seemed nice. I couldn't tell.
Oh, did you meet Algin or Arkesh? Or
Arkesh. Yeah.
I don't know if Kojin is nobility as well, but I did speak with him. Um, Smart guy. Um, you met Arkesh. I don't think
Yes.
I've spoken to him one on one yet. Do you think he's nice though?
I thought he was nice. He seems very straightforward and about business.
Nothing necessarily wrong with that.
No, 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 no. But you know me. I get excited.
Yeah, I think the beating around the bush becomes exhausting.
It
It's
really does.
it's like cardio around the bush at this point. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I have you had any interactions with Duchess Sax at all?
Um, I did have the pleasure of meeting all of the different lords and ladies of Verilily sometime yesterday. Um, I was around their box for tea. So
Oh, fascinating. Yes.
yes, they to be honest with you, they feel a little bit of yeah, a little snooty,
They
but
have that vibe for
different
sure.
different than Karavik snooty.
Hmm.
Different kind. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Since we have such humble backgrounds.
Mm,
Mm.
yes. But we've been making quite a story here. They're planning a piece, so be ready.
I try to be. I never know what's happening half the time yet. I wish I did. I'm trying to.
It's
It's
hard
hard.
to keep up with everything around here. You know, I watch your back. I'll try to watch it for you too.
Yes, and I'll do the same for you. Although I don't, are we even allowed to be sitting this close during? I guess it's
Yes, I'm permitted to sit with my home planet tonight. Um, it's
good.
You know, it's like it's my little dog treat for being a good ghost.
You're doing an excellent job. I'm sure the queen is quite impressed.
I I've come to realize over the last few days that my life is really seriously going to change after this. Um, and that's kind of frightening, you know? Like uh everyone in the entire galaxy is watching me on TV, and that will never go away for the rest of my life.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll still make fun of you when you deserve it.
Oh, good. Oh, good. You and the tabloids.
Well, when I do it, it's cute.
That's true. You've got me there.
Yeah.
And this
So,
outfit as well.
yeah. So, how many millions of space dollars is that thing
Oh,
worth?
not mine. I meant yours.
Oh, yes.
This I think many, many. The answer is many.
That tracks. Yeah, no, I I wanted something a little fancier than what I normally go for.
Well, you look very nice.
Thank you. Huge blush. Face turns bright red. Like she's maybe one or two glasses of champagne in, so it's not that. It's very clearly like, oh, a pretty girl noticed me, or pretty person, I should say.
So real. No, that's so real. Yeah. If you'd like, I can come. I can take you to meet the designer. I spent a lot of time with him because he had to measure me and all that. But maybe he'll have something for you for the closing ceremonies.
Oh, I would love that.
I don't actually know if that's allowed, but if it's not, we'll blame it on the wine, right?
Of course, clink. Yeah, and then it's just like, and I'm not nobility. I'm barely noticed. I don't think it'll be considered collusion since it's,
No,
a mail carrier.
Yeah, we can't collude. Simply impossible.
I barely know what the word means. Seriously though.
Yes. Who else is left with things to do tonight? Bo, take it away, Penny.
What?
That's a SpongeBob reference. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That wasn't a character, but boy, did it feel like it. I was like, what? So I think, like, here's the thing. I'll do a joke about the dream journal. I don't think Bo brings their dream journal. But literally, it's like, hey, journal, it's me, Bo again. I had the same dream. And it's like talking to like a diary. So yeah, there you go. There's a dream journal thing. I think Bo, at this point. Now I do want to ask, because of the rumors going around, have my people told me not to do something or to go specifically do something?
I think like the people of Akale are like they don't necessarily care about rumors when they can be proven untrue. So because there's no actual basis of there being like pre-tournament collusion between the two of you, like there's no evidence that can be pulled out, your like leadership doesn't actually care. That this is or like they don't care about social ramifications in the same way that a lot of other planets would. That's just like not their style.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. Your job is just to compete and to do your best to win, and you've been doing that.
So I did it. Um, they're gonna try to get over the fact they can only have one thing off each part of the menu. And so they just say the biggest of each thing. Like I don't care what it is, just the
That's
biggest
fair.
one.
The largest portion sizes.
Yes,
Reasonable.
exactly.
Yeah, very reasonable.
And because they're going to be respectful of the rule. Um, I think other than that, they're just going to I think they're just gonna go try to talk to some of the other, like, just some other people that they haven't really talked to. Like maybe go on the dance floor and just like talk to people they don't know or might know, or may not don't know or may not have like met but saw like on the field or something. So they're just gonna go talk to people.
Yeah, you've got it. Is there any person in particular? Should I random roll?
Literally just randomize it because I think
I'll
Bo at this
randomize
point
it.
it's just like party. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna roll a D8 between the planets. I need to take out a D8 to do that.
Oh, of course they invite Valentine to go with them.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, they're like, it's like, come on, let's go, Tiny.
Okay.
They're just like,
what planet is sixth on my list? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh, Durancore. Okay, we haven't met a lot of people. We have not met a whole ton of people from there. There have been some. Oh no. Just dropped a tiny die on the ground.
it's gone forever.
They're clear. Wait, no, it's not gone. It's not gone.
A miracle could
Okay.
happen.
Yeah. There have been some very interesting and cool competitors. Especially coming up. I guess you wouldn't really logically think about these things. Coming up to the 0G, someone who regularly flies might be interesting to talk to. There is a Durancore competitor from the Envoy. Someone who is like also like pretty big and strong like you, like tearing up the dance floor with like all of like the white guy moves. Got this one, the shopping carts in it. Like he's clearly having a good time. Like he's a white guy with rhythm, but like it's the white guy moves. That's what he's hitting. And you and Valentine go up to meet him.
I think the way I would get into this conversation is literally like shopping cart, pull up the shopping cart and do it too. And then just be like doing the dance, but then doing the, oh, that box is too high. Hang on, let me get it for you, and like fake put it in their cart.
This dude immediately is in on the bit. He starts walking with the cart up. The wheel's crooked. Up the wheel's crooked. We're gonna push for like some study of mime could even be here. These are
This could be artistic.
This could be considered a performance of the night. um and eventually he starts to talk and he goes, so you two kick ass. Are you two friends or Valentine will cut in before you can even say anything. And he says, "Oh, we've just met here actually, but we get on quite well." And
yeah, we do.
And you are he goes, my name is Loganis, and he will cross his hands to shake both of you on either side of him at once. Yeah.
I love that. So flying, huh? What's that like?
For me, kind of like walking. I do it every day.
No shit. That's cool.
Yeah, you learn how to fly before you learn how to walk at home. So
Oh.
the wings are bigger, they work faster, the legs a little bit harder to figure out.
Oh. No, that's fair. So you're really excited for the anti-zero gravity thing, right?
Yeah, that's if I'm lucky, that's my contest. A lot of people from Durancore want to play. They're gonna random draw for it right before we go out.
Oh. Well, like I hope you get it. Like I won't be there. And like I can't really like say, "Yeah, I hope you win," but like I hope you do a really good job.
Well, I appreciate that. Who's competing for you? Is it that little fellow who did the shooting? He was quite nimble.
I don't know. Rick could do whatever except for lift things, but like he's pretty cool. So like if he does, he'll do a good job.
How much do you bench?
It depends on the day.
Fair enough. Me too.
I mean, like they're gonna go look around. They're gonna see the biggest guy in the room. They're like, yeah, I could bench him.
Maybe if we get him to drink enough, we can make that happen. What do you say, folks?
Oh, oh, you're speaking. I spit everywhere. That was so in character.
All right.
You're speaking my language. Let's go.
All right. We're a
and-
team, men. We're gonna get that man a Baruch iced tea. Um, uh, and you go off to get this man the most potent cocktail available.
Yeah.
Yeah, the night carries on. There is dinner, fine conversation. You meet all different kinds of people. The bolstering of reputations of many different parts of your envoy, and kind of like the spying and looking around to look for those conversations. Um, as long as Tavora, as long as you stay with Quinn, uh, the Duchess is not coming over to you. Uh, and it becomes very clear. You see her look like once or twice as like the meal carries on, and as long as like the table is like full, she's not approaching. Um, it comes to towards the end of the night, as dessert and tea and coffee are being served. Hawthorne at the table kind of absentmindedly like puts their hand on your hand, Cypress, like a tap. They're like, I'll be right back. I have to go do my job.
Of course, take your time.
Yeah. And they say, if they come around, cappuccino, and then run off. Um, uh, get on their pedestal and check in on everybody as usual. How was dinner, everybody? Did you like it? I know I liked it. I had the pasta. It is time to reveal which of the final two contests, and as usual, the envelope is in their coat pocket. Which of the next two contests we'll be starting off with tomorrow, and by that logic, we'll see what contest we will be closing with. And I would love to give the honor of opening this envelope to one of our esteemed guests. And they hand over, they kind of like swivel the envelope around, and it eventually ends up with the Arctic goats. And they kind of all lean together, they crack the envelope open, and they say, it's debate next. The characteristic chatter of people talking. This was kind of expected by this point in the progression, but people are still excited to hear it nonetheless. And over at Hegemon's table, Algin nudges you, and he's like, "You still gonna do it? You're still gonna do it?
Of course, we have to win something.
Did you have any of these yet?" And he holds up his like fruity looking. It's like as fruity as him. Is it fruity?
Baruch, tea. Yeah,
Mm.
Baruch. No, I probably haven't had whatever it is. That thing probably has more alcohol than like my entire body has ever had in its lifetime.
Is that something that you actually say to him?
No, that's what I'm
Okay.
thinking. Probably aloud. I'm like, no, I've been trying some of the wine. It's quite good.
He goes, well, the night is young.
I will take a tiny sip of it. How's it taste?
The alcohol is hit exceptionally well. This is it's like jungle juice for royalty. Like vodka is made not to be tasted. And it's done its job here quite well. It's got It's got kind of like a raspberry pomegranate sort of taste. There's like a twinge of rum in it also. It's probably like a double liquor kind of scenario. It's got like a flower hanging out the top. Um uh
That's dangerous.
yeah. Yeah. No, they've done a sufficient job on your brother today. But I he needed it.
Yeah.
Um Bahar looks over disapprovingly and is typing on her slate and orders a black coffee as the dessert servers come around. Uh,
Um, I look at Bahar as soon as my brother's, preoccupied with ordering dessert and everything, and I will ask her, so how'd your conversation go?
it went pretty well, but I actually ended up observing um one of their competitors. He was dancing with Thing One and Thing Two from Karavik and Nikhil. And I had started to listen to them, and that became much more interesting.
And I think I saw a little bit of that as well. There was some hand emotions in there. It's quite bizarre.
I don't know what it was meant to be. I was actually
Yeah.
trying to figure it out as well.
Side note, Arkesh and Bahar have never been to the grocery store. We have
Yeah,
people
they
do
have
that for
delivery there.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have people do that for us. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I could did Algin say that you're competing tomorrow?
Of course. It was in the binder if you had read it.
I'd read it. I had just received the version that I was going to be well, I mean there was no
Uh,
guarantee that there was going to be a debate. I just figured after all my studies that I would have been more fit for the job.
Interesting, because it feels like every time there needs to be a discussion with our brother involving compromise or planning or really any sort of conversation, I'm usually the one who has that with him.
Well, yes, because you're his babysitter. That's your job.
And because I'm more personable and people like me more than you.
Ooh. I want to make you roll something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like command might be the right
I have a point in command, so I'll
that might
take
be the
it.
right, yeah, that might
Unless
be the right
unless I could
description.
argue for sway because I have more points in sway.
I don't think that you are swaying her in any direction that you would like. So
Hey, what time is it
uh
of day?
it's like getting pretty late in the night.
Are you sure? Because someone's throwing shade around here, so I figured it was like midday.
Oh.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna use my re-roll roll
Okay, go
because
ahead.
that was not good. Oh, that was out of my box. Okay, that's a 4. That was
Okay.
better.
On a 4, you can tell that her like you know her. She's your sister.
Yeah.
Her responses in this conversation, just like all of her responses in all conversations, are well practiced and thought out. But also, she's your sister. So she can go a little off course. So you can tell that she planned to say this, but she is also like a little bit taken aback by like what you've said so openly, because you're usually a little bit more reserved. Um,
It's the jungle juice.
the one sip has done it.
It was pretty potent.
Yeah. Well, dealing inside your family and dealing outside of it are two different things. I've done my fair share of diplomacy for the planet as well. Um, and her black coffee comes and she takes it and she doesn't put anything in it and she drinks it, and in my opinion, that's disgusting. But
Normal for her though.
normal, yeah, completely normal for her. Um, and the worst part is she'll go to bed like she's consumed no caffeine at all. It won't keep her awake at
Oh
all.
yeah.
She'll sleep
Yeah.
peacefully like a rock. Um, well, if that is the case, you best do us proud tomorrow. We need a winner.
Bahar, truly, if I had any question in my own abilities, and if I would let you do the debate tomorrow. But you should trust me on this.
Nothing is ever really about trust, dear brother. But I do have some things to attend to before I head. And she pushes her chair out and she goes over to the Tomia table, and she comes to kind of address the queen, um uh in like a casual, like hushed tone. Like they're not like whispering to each other, but like the queen turns and they talk outside the realm of the table. Um
I can't eavesdrop.
you can eavesdrop. You're close enough to eavesdrop.
Okay, I would like to do that then.
Yeah. You can catch some of it. They know that they're in public. It's cordial, but you hear Bahar's voice enough to connect that is who you heard. Um, which is I guess important. You have the full confirmation that she is involved. Um, and she says, an invitation, Your Majesty, for a nightcap later in the royal chambers. We're having a bit of a meeting when this all lets out. You catch that, and she gives her, not from a carrier, but from her, like a little invitation that's made up, um, for her. You can't read it, but you see it's a little, card. Hmm.
Okay, interesting. I think there's some weirdness happening. And Cypress doesn't love that, so she's gonna try and at some point tonight sneak a note to Princess Quinn, basically saying like something's up, like in naming Duchess Saxe Bahar and her own queen. I don't think it's bad, but I don't know either.
Yeah.
And then just signing it, you know, anon or something, not that, but or like, or someone say like from Tamia.
Okay.
She's not going to put her name.
Yeah. Okay. How do you plan to deliver this?
I mean, can I be slipped under a door? Can I like
So you're doing
accidentally
it.
like walk past Princess Quinn and like just stick it in her pocket kind of thing?
Yeah, I would allow either of those things depending on when you want to deliver it. I think you watching for this and Tavora being at the table as well. Quinn receives the same invitation from the Duchess. It's the same thing. It's an invitation for uh like a royal, like a ladies' nightcap in the royal chambers after the party closes.
Yeah, I think Cypress would try to do this during dinner. Like if she sees Quinn go to like the dance floor or something, like, an easy place to kind of bump into someone.
Yeah, you can Quinn definitely wears dresses with pockets. That's incredibly on brand. You can get something in there. Uh
Cool.
yeah, she will eventually fumble upon it, and just as things begin to subside, the party begins to end. There will be competitions tomorrow. People begin to branch off. Um Quinn pulls off to use the restroom, and she says, Tavora, would you mind just coming to hold my bags? Um, and you go in, or maybe not all of you know, the women's restroom when people drink is a sacred and hallowed place. Um, I'm almost inclined not to talk about what goes on in there because it doesn't feel like my business anymore. Um,
It's
uh,
one of the only reasons I keep the she pronouns. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
they were talking about it on, I forget like what TV show I was watching recently, because it was a cis man. He was talking about like his like wife's stories from the women's bathroom. I was like, that's not your business to be spreading. Like other people shouldn't know. Um, but yeah, they head inside, and she goes into a stall, and you can hear very lightly the unfolding of paper. She's found this note in her pocket, and your device buzzes, and you have a picture of the note that, like Anonymous from Tomia has written. And then the toilet flushes, completely fake, and Quinn comes back out to wash her hands. And then she just looks at you. Be like, stay around the corner tonight. I don't know how this will end. And with that, I think we will find out just how it goes next week. In
Woo!
in the grand finale of Zero G Games. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. I've been a little bit tired, but I did my best. And
great.
You did great.
Yeah.
This was delightful.
Thank you. Yes, I surprise myself sometimes. um I'm gonna have everybody plug their pluggables and tell us where we can find them, starting with May. Let's head around.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is May. You can find me on the internet at Maybe Mayhem. You can also find me on my podcast that I do with my friend Mary Kate called Socially Plagued, where we complain about stuff or watch bad movies or talk about scams. Obviously, we complain about that scam part. And I usually complain about the movie part. You can find those where all good pods are casted. And yeah.
Holly.
You can find me on Roxas Buddy at Twitter, HL Black on itch.io. I am currently in the throes of becoming a homeowner, so I have no work done. I'm just thinking about Fallout a healthy amount.
All right, Allegro.
Hello, I am Allegro, also Alluring Allegro on the Twitch and the itch and the X and the blue sky. And the other things that I don't update very often. I'm so sorry. Uh, you can usually find me on Twitch. I do variety game streaming when I'm not on actual plays.
All right, Elliot.
Hi, I'm still Elliot. I'm still Elliot Tabletop on X and Blue Sky, and I'm currently just stewing in mountains of dice.
Real. And Serenity.
Hi, I'm Serenity. You can find me all over the internet as Click Clack Snack. I do neat things. Every other Sunday, you can find me on Total Party Kiss, running Tragedy of Theologian, a 5e Greek mythos inspired game, which now has some new players, some new fun stuff. So if you want to pick up starting now, you absolutely can. You missed a little bit, but we're in a new arc. It's fine. It's like One Piece. You can just go back to it later. Yeah, other than that, I just do fun stuff. Check me out on all my things to see what I'm doing.
Hello. I am Max. You can find me anywhere that I want you to find me on the internet at Arcane Goth. Right now, as Holly is becoming a homeowner, I am becoming unemployed, which is to say, I am becoming employed. That's important enough that I will announce it on streams. You can find me here for the end of this stream, and then airing on the 24th of April is my movie. I got to help playtest Love is in the Cards, made by Weave Games. So on the 24th of April, my episode that I filmed will be airing on Desi's and Dragons, and I'm a huge fan of the channel. I'm very excited to have been on it. We are going to go ahead and raid Althaven, so stick with us for those sweet, sweet channel points. You can use them to help the players, especially in the finale. So keep that in mind if you have been watching the Chronicle. And good night, everybody. Goodbye.